Happening today in Cumberland County, several fourth graders from Cumberland Valley and the PA STEAM Academy are going to be exploring renewable energy.
They'll be part of a different green energy challenge at the Capital Area Intermediate Unit. Fox 43 Sedona Meadows joined us live in East Pennsboro Township with more on this learning experience this morning. Hey, Sedona.
Good morning. Yeah, this has been so cool learning about all the different hands-on activities that these fourth graders are going to be taking part in. They're actually arriving now, so they're going to get to work on these in just, less than an hour. So really cool wind-powered cars, designing their own turbine blades, all sorts of things, all having to do with renewable energy. And we've got Sharissa here with us from CAIU. And so tell us a little bit about this program. This is part of the Thinking Bigger program. So what is that?
Yeah, so Thinking Bigger is a off-the-shelf ready fourth grade curriculum implemented with the STEEL standards that are the new science standards for Pennsylvania, as well as literacy standards, and it engages students in the engineering design process, learning how to fail forward, improve designs to ultimately find success and solutions to problems through creative thinking and engineering, things like that, but also engaging them in the process of renewable energy. So we focus on wind and solar and how they can use those energies to solve problems in their local community.
That's amazing. And this is the pilot program, so you guys have been doing it all year long. So what has response been like from the students?
Yeah, so students are really excited. At first, they get a little hesitant about when things don't work quite the way they designed it to be. And so when we send them back to the table and back to the design boards to figure out where they can make improvements, that's where you really start to see the light bulbs go off of like, oh, this is what engineering is. It's like figuring it out and figuring out what worked and what didn't work. And sometimes their failed designs teach them more than the ones that are successful. So, but it's been really engaging. They've been really excited, and we're happy to see them come in today and show us everything they've learned in the last year. So.
Yeah, so this is the showcase. So what will they exactly be doing today as far as, showcasing their work?
Yeah, so they're going to start off by building wind-powered cars, and they're going to test those and see which team can get their cars to travel the fastest. They're going to design new wind turbine blades, and they're going to test those, which we can show you here in a second. And then they're going to build a solar town and power the lights for all their buildings off of the solar energy. So
awesome.
We're pretty excited to see all of that.
Yeah, and before we get to this, what are you hoping, these students really take away from this program?
Yeah, so first and foremost, we want them to be engaged in learning and that know that creativity has a place in all careers and all professions. We hope that they're really engaged in the engineering process and that maybe they picture themselves to be an engineer down the road. Part of the lessons introduces them to the different types of engineers, and so we want them to understand that role that engineering plays in our lives, whether it's our roadways or our buildings or our technology, that they have potential in all of those spaces.
Yeah, that is so important. Okay, so what we've been waiting for. So tell us about this turbine. I mean, obviously the students designed this, so how does it work?
Yeah, so students receive all the bare products, chipboard, dowel rods, glue, and a hub. They design their own blades, working together as a team, and then they bring them to a station set up like this and they test it. The idea is we'll turn the fan on, the wind turbine will kick on, and there'll be enough power generated using our multimeter to power the light on the back of the wind blade. So that's what we're looking for.
Okay, well, let's get started. Wow.
So we'll see the wind kick off.
Yeah.
We can take a reading on the multimeter. So it's putting out 1.8 volts. It's enough to power the light on the back. And so this is where they start to see the connection of that we could actually use this as a power source in our schools or in our homes and definitely in our communities. And so the last project would be asking them to make that presentation to their school district or their parents about how they could use the energy to be more efficient in their life.
What an amazing hands-on learning experience for them. So thank you so much for all of your time this morning and learning more about this program. So Gabby, Tony, I mean, incredible that these students, they designed this blade and it's powering so well.
What a fun way to learn.
And the windmills and the turbines, I believe as they called them, because there was always some back and forth. Was it turbine or turbine? I think it's turbines. I think that's what they call them. I think they have to have like a steady, constant wind speed. They're so instrumental in power now in Pennsylvania.
I know, right? Especially nowadays, all across the country. Sedona, what a cool effort for the kids. Thank you so much.